Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the streets of Nashville, and we're fortunate to have with us many community leaders from the streets of Nashville, led by Ms. CGreenlee, Ms. Clammy Greenlee, who will introduce not only the individuals who are with us today, but also those individuals who are scheduled to be on segment 2 as well as segment 3. All geared toward giving our audience some idea of the individuals that are out in the Nashville community working the streets. And of course, Ms. Greenlee, let's have you to introduce the individuals who are with us this morning. And yes. Before that, let's have you to say something about Clammy Greenlee, because you've been involved with us on many occasions. And so let's have you to make some statements about yourself and then introduce them and have them to make some statements in reference to what they do.
Sure. First of all, I just want to thank you, Dr. Haney, for inviting me back. I'm still in the streets, and I guess that's became my middle name, and I'm so honored to let people know that I'm still standing. God is truly good. And just to know that I have these powerful people with me that's been in the streets just as long or longer than I have. And here to my left, I have Miss CPayne. She's an advocate for domestic violence, from victory to victim.
From victim to victim.
Yeah, she was straightened it. And in the middle, I have Mr. LDavis. He's been in the street for a long time with HIV and street works and maybe other things that he will be talking about. And coming on, I also have a MWise from beatknockingradio.com, being out in the community for a long time. Pastor Neil Perkins, he's a South Nashville community advocate. And my favorite, Mr. SHolmes, looking absolutely clean. He does a lot of events, and I just really, really want people to know that just because we don't be in the paper, publicity all the time, we are there, and we're doing all of these events out of our pockets. This is what God called us to do, no matter what our background were. This is what we do today, and I'm so honored to have a group of young people here.
Very good. And of course, Ms. Payne, let's look at domestic violence. That's a real problem, I would imagine, in Nashville. So make some statements in reference to what you do and some of the problems that are associated with that and we'll allow Mr. Davis to simply close us out here. Okay. And so about 2 minutes in reference to what we do.
All right. Well, my name is CPayne. I'm program director as well as host of Beat Knocking Radio. I formed a domestic violence non-profit organization called From Victim to Victory, where we're acting as a liaison for any woman that may be beginning a situation or going through the situation to help them find their way. I have a program coming up on July the 7th called Survivors Island, and it's going to be where we have survivors going to speak of their triumph. We're going to have music, entertainment, as well as spoken word, and proceeds will go to a local domestic violence shelter.
Do you find that there's a need for more domestic violence situations? Speak to that right quick, Ms.
Yes,
Payne.
There's a need. That's an understatement, because our women are out here, and there are men that endures it as well, but there are women out here that's living in fear, and they're afraid to make a move because they risk going to jail if they fight back or they stay there until they're put down. Very
good. And Mr. Davis, finally, let's wrap us up by saying something about street works and AIDS.
Okay, well, I'm still doing what I do. Street works is still in the streets, just like the name implies, and we just trying to get out and educate people about HIV and AIDS, you know what we do. But I'm also a Nashville peacemaker as well. And so, and all of this ties in together in my estimation. That's why it's good for us to have a big group like we have of people that's wanting to get out and do something in the community, you see. Street works is, we still educating, advocating for AIDS patients, trying to keep people safe from HIV. We're doing a big event on June the 27th right up here at the Magruder Magruder Family Resource Center. It's a North Nashville Community Day. It's gonna be a big event, big bounces for kids, and we're trying to keep the word out in the streets about protecting yourself. We also, you know, talk about want to get the word out about domestic violence. We have somebody there from the sexual assault center, you know, and we talk about violence and trying to how to keep safe and no bullying and that type of thing. So StreetWorks is still doing what we do, but we also branching out to try to incorporate what we do with other community leaders.
Very good. And of course, Ms. Greenlee, let me thank Ms. Payne and Mr. Davis as well as yourself in reference to this first segment. And I think that while it was short, at least we gave everybody an opportunity to make some statements in reference to some of the things that they're interested in. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.